Hi, this is Dan Axelson again. Let's have a, I don't want to call this a rant. I think it's more like an observation that I want to post here. And kind of back with regard to the Ice Bucket Challenge that everybody all over the country and the world has been doing. I think it's great. It's probably one of the better grassroots efforts that's ever happened. And I don't know, maybe there's some money behind it somewhere that somebody started this and got it rolling with some big money. But if you compare it to the money it takes to do an MDA telethon or something like that, I think that this has probably gathered a lot of money for a fairly small amount of cost. So I think that's a really good thing. But as I watch on here, everything has its detractors, and there's a lot of problems in this world, people. I mean, ALS is just a horrible one of many problems. And there were two things that came to mind, or came to my observation anyway, looking at Facebook. And one was a post put on by Matt Damon when he took his ice bucket challenge, and he was conflicted because he is one of the co-founders of Water.org, and he knows very well there's 800 million people in the world without clean drinking water, and we're dumping this water over our heads and wasting it, and pickup truckloads and cement mixers full. And I guess if you didn't have any water, watching that would probably be a pretty hard thing. And I started feeling bad about what I did, and I said, no, what we did is still a good thing. We don't have that problem here. Yeah, there's drought in California. I'm in Arizona. There's water problems here, but all in all, it was a drop in the bucket, if you will, with the water. And yes, if we were politically correct, we probably wouldn't have done it. But if you're politically correct about anything, you'll be paralyzed into inaction. You'll do nothing, and something great like what happened for ALS, won't happen. So while I think, watch Matt Damon's challenge. He actually dumped a bucket of toilet water on his head, which is pretty entertaining, to kind of keep up with his own convictions, and I respect that. But I also don't want to be made to feel bad. I don't think Matt intended that, but I felt a little bad. And there was a young man the other night that many of you have probably seen, and he was not very well spoken, but he was loud, and he was tattooed, and he actually hit a good point also, that we weren't doing the ice bucket right. The point of the ice bucket was, in his opinion, was to use the coldest possible water to freeze our bodies, to make us feel like someone with ALS may feel, so we can get a little bit of a hint of that. And maybe that's why that started, or maybe that was a component of it. But really what the point of the thing was, young man, was to raise money for ALS. So while you were entitled to your opinion, if everybody in the world didn't get it and they just dumped a bottle of lukewarm water over their head and they didn't feel the pain of ALS, that's and they still sent a donation, they did what they're supposed to do. So I really wish people would take everybody's feelings into consideration, but he's entitled to his opinion as well, and he voiced it very loudly, not very eloquently, but very loudly, and on some level he's right. If people do know how it feels, then maybe they'll be a little more apt to give and to know what a horrible disease it actually is. Most of us are intelligent enough; we don't need that reminder to, and we're giving enough that we gave of our money and our time, and we had some fun along the way. There were some very amusing ones, and yes, a pickup truckload of water, or an end loader full of water dumping on multiple people. That's a lot of water to waste, but you know what? It got a lot of attention, and I think it was a small price to pay. Anyway, I'm Dan Axe, and I'm out.